In my last video, I talked about how I made the case for Matthew Stafford to come to Washington to be their next quarterback. What's that? You didn't watch the video? Why didn't you watch the video? Watch it after this one. In this video, I want to make the case for DeShaun Watson. Now, I don't think I really have to make too strongly of a case for DeShaun Watson, so in all essence, this should be a pretty easy video to make. Now, as you're watching his highlights while you're watching this video, you can honestly see DeShaun has it. I mean, he is worth a number one draft pick. Probably going to be worth 2 number one draft picks for him to come to Washington. Now, again, I really do not want to give up any of our top players for him. But if I had to give up a player, I'm not going to tell you who it's going to be, other than it's not going to be Chase Young. But I am willing to definitely give up somebody worth giving up for DeShaun Watson. He is the real deal. He's young. And if you can get DeShaun Watson and you can protect him, you certainly surround him with some weapons. And I think Washington has some good upcoming weapons. Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas, Cam Sims had a pretty decent season this past season. And then you got guys in the backfield, J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber, and of course, Antonio Gibson. So DeShaun is going to have some options if he comes to Washington. Now, does he want to come to Washington? That's going to be the big question. He's going to have his choice of places to go. And if you listen to the NFL and ESPN talking heads, you're certainly going to hear them talking about DeShaun going elsewhere. Everybody seems to have any top quarterback available linked to the Denver Broncos. And if it's not the Denver Broncos, it's the San Francisco 49ers. And if it's not the San Francisco 49ers, it is the Indianapolis Colts. Nobody really wants to talk about Washington being a team that these guys would want to come to. But if you look at DeShaun Watson, he is the type of quarterback that Ron Rivera would love to bring into Washington. You know, someone who's obviously is athletic. He has the ability to make plays with his legs, and he's got the good, accurate, strong arm. I mean, you just look at how DeShaun Watson plays. He is definitely a guy that you need on your team. I believe he has lifetime so far around a 70% quarterback rating. Certainly, if I'm looking at his stats right here, I am looking and I'm seeing that in his career, if we look at completion percentage, it's 63.5%. Is that right? That's playoffs. I'm sorry, that is playoffs. So if we go back, here we go. So yeah, well, still, completion percentage is 67.8% in his career so far. He's passed for over 14,500 yards. He has 104 touchdowns to 36 interceptions. That is an excellent stat as a starting quarterback. So seriously, what is it going to take to bring DeShaun Watson into Washington? Well, I mentioned it before, and I think this is probably going to be pretty accurate. I really think you're going to have to give up a couple of first-round draft picks, and even so, you're probably going to have to give up a pretty prominent player along with those draft picks to bring him into Washington. Who would I give up? Well, like I said, I don't want to give up anybody. In my last video, I said I would not give up Montez Sweat. I would not give up Chase Young. I definitely would not give up Terry McLaurin, and I would really not give up Antonio Gibson. What do I say about giving up players to get DeShaun Watson? Well, out of those players I've mentioned, if I had to give up somebody, I would probably give up Montez Sweat. He would be a very desirable player in a trade if you had to trade a player for a quarterback that you know is going to come in day one He is going to lead the team. And really, you're looking at this Washington team right now. That is one of the missing pieces. That is the biggest missing piece that Washington needs to really make a serious Super Bowl run next year. Now, I do believe they still have a few other missing pieces. They definitely need to shore up the linebacker position, I believe. We're okay in the secondary, but we could always use a little bit more strength back there. I've been happy with Cameron Curl. Fuller, certainly I've been happy with him. And, of course, Darby. But other than that, we could use a little bit more star power in the secondary. But getting back onto DeShaun Watson, if I had to give up somebody, I guess it would be Montez Sweat. But that is not saying that I like him the least. I love the guy. Honestly, he was a beast for us this past season. Think about next season. Who could we put back there? Maybe for some reason Kerrigan is able to stick around. If the Kerrigan is able to stick around, then sure, you can give up a Montez Sweat. You can put Kerrigan back there starting. Maybe I do that. Who knows? But all I know is if there is any chance to get DeShaun Watson without betting the farm, without giving up, you're not going to give up Chase Young. Just forget it. Anybody who says, hey, I would straight up give up Chase Young for DeShaun Watson, you're smoking something. You do not give up Chase Young. He is going to be an all-pro player. He is going to be a future Hall of Famer. I can see it now. He is a generational player. You do not give up somebody like Chase Young. But yes, you are going to have to give up somebody pretty good to get DeShaun Watson. And yes, you are going to have to give up some first-round draft picks, maybe even the second-round draft pick. But I think in this case, you do kind of gamble with your future for someone like DeShaun Watson. Now, if Watson was like, on the wrong side of 30, then I would have a problem with that. But Watson, he's still really young. He can make plays with his legs. He's got the arm. He's accurate. He just needs a good number one receiver to throw to. He's got that in Washington with Terry McLaurin. We do need to have some more help for McLaurin, but other than that, I would say you definitely bring in DeShaun Watson. He is definitely worth it. Now, I'm not a numbers guy when it comes to contracts. I mean, it's not my money. So I'm sure that you bring him in and you give him, you make him the highest paid quarterback in the league if you possibly can. Because I think he will lead you to the promised land. He needs to be surrounded by weapons. And like I said before, he has it in Washington. Certainly he would have the weapons elsewhere as well, but we want him in Washington, right? So between him and Matthew Stafford, I would definitely pick DeShaun Watson over Matthew Stafford. I mean, that is just a given. But, as far as which one I think that we would be more likely to land, I think we would be more likely to land Matthew Stafford than we would DeShaun Watson. But I will say, between the two, I think DeShaun Watson fits our system better than what Matthew Stafford will. And the reason why I say that is that Matthew Stafford seems to be a little bit more of a drop back, passer type of quarterback. Now, don't get me wrong, he can extend plays with his legs as well, but he's not your prototypical mobile quarterback. DeShaun Watson is, but DeShaun Watson also has the arm, the accuracy. I'm sure that this is probably not going to take place until maybe the free agency. Maybe it takes place not even until 2021 draft. I'm curious to see who lands them. Right now, Washington seems the dark horse for any of these top-rated quarterbacks because certainly. So that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section who you think Washington should pick up. Should it be Matthew Stafford, DeShaun Watson, or how about any of the other quarterbacks? Or do we just roll with who we got right now? And right now, it's Alex Smith, it's Taylor Heineke, and it is Kyle Allen. Let's not forget about Kyle Allen now. So with that said, take care. Have a great day. I will see you in the next one.